What became of the Escobars? Pablo Escobar was shot dead in 1993. The king of cocaine left a lot of things behind: his drug empire, his properties, and his family. Escobar had a wife, son, and daughter. He was worth $70 billion at the time of his death. Most of his cash was seized by the government. The rest was jacked by rival cartels. The Escobar family was left high and dry. Where are they now? 1. Juan Pablo became an architect. Juan Pablo is the only son Escobar ever recognized. His father spoiled him with gifts. When he was little, Juan Pablo never wore the same clothes twice. He had a fleet of motorcycles. By age 11, he had a different watch every day. He remembers the last time he saw his father alive. The family was hiding at Casa Azul. Escobar was about to leave them. He hugged his son, but couldn't utter a word.
It was the first time I saw him cry. He honked a couple of times and carried on his way.
After his father's death, Juan Pablo received threats. Airlines refused to service him under the Escobar name, so he adopted the name Sebastian Marroquin. He received a degree in architecture. Now he lives in Argentina with his wife and son. He's been back to Colombia twice to visit his father's grave and for a movie premiere. Marroquin doesn't want to be associated with his father. 2. Maria Victoria Henao authored a book and apologized. Henao met Escobar when she was 12 and he was 23.
He was the first and only love of my life.
Escobar gave her gifts and serenaded her. She was paralyzed with fear when he kissed her. Soon, their relationship turned sexual and now became pregnant at 14. Escobar forced her to have an abortion. They married the following year. By then, Escobar had started building his drug empire. A decade later, he controlled 80% of the global cocaine market. Henao stood by Escobar's side at all times. She gave him 2 children, Juan Pablo and Manuela. Meanwhile, Escobar had countless mistresses. He built his own bachelor pad at their house. Henao lived in fear of being killed by her husband's rivals. She and the children eventually moved to a safe house. In 1993, they quietly mourned Escobar's death. Then they packed their things and fled. Brazil, Germany, and Mozambique denied them asylum. The Escobars eventually settled in Buenos Aires, Argentina. In 1999, Henao and her son were arrested. They were suspected of money laundering. The charges were soon dropped. Henao went on to write a book, Mrs. Escobar, My Life with Pablo. In 2018, she publicly apologized for Escobar's deeds. Today, she goes by another name, Victoria Eugenia. 3. Manuela is living an invisible life. Manuela used to be the main target of her father's rivals. She once found herself in the middle of a gunfight. The girl made it out with a few scratches. Her life today is a mystery. She lives under the name Juana Manuela. She studied public relations in Argentina. She's been fighting depression since 1999. She has even tried to take her own life. Her brother says that Manuela lives in constant fear of being discovered.